Hi, everyone. I am sure you are eager for some updates. By now, you've probably heard that the bill we were trying to get vetoed has been signed into law. So, as of January 1st, 2020, the Asian bodywork exemption has been removed. I just want to let you know, please don't fear. This is exactly what we expected. We really didn't expect them to give us the veto, but we needed to show how many people were being affected by this, and it has been successful in allowing us to start conversations. Please don't operate out of a place of fear. There are many solutions for us. So stay in touch, keep up with what your options are, and we will do everything we can to keep everybody protected. I'm going to run through the list of the 5 options that we're currently working on. Yep. So option number 1, which is where I'm working and spending my efforts, is getting the IDFPR. IDFPR is Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. If someone was to serve you with a cease and desist letter, these are the people that would do it. So I have approached them directly and said, hey, can we work towards granting a variance for LMT for some of these people that have been affected? And he is willing to work with us. He wants to know how our programs are different from an LMT program, like why we wouldn't fit into that track. And he also wants to know how we differentiate ourselves from the bad actors or the people that are human trafficking or running rub and tugs. So I am working on an email to present him with those arguments, as well as developing a list of criteria or like a checklist of things that we could meet that would allow us LMTs. So it would be a temporary LMT for 2 years, because in 2022, the entire Massage Therapy Act is being rewritten. So that is the next step, right? Pursuing legislation changes. There is another fall session. There's a veto session in the fall where they take all these bills that have been written into law and they add more detail to them, and you can try to get other bills passed. So we are attempting to have laws written that are more inclusive for our practices. So that is attempt number 2. They're both happening simultaneously. The other option is the service marked modalities. Yeah? Service marked modalities would be like Rolfing, Traeger, anything that comes with the little TM after it. Yeah, that is trademarked therapies. This is probably the best fit for the people that have been doing the coaching the body schooling. I've talked to Chuck Duff about getting trademarks so he can immediately protect those students. Here is the rub. You cannot be certified in coaching the body and practice Thai massage. You can be certified in coaching the body and offer coaching the body therapy. You will be protected under this exemption with that note. Yeah. So that does work for some people that don't necessarily fit into the other categories. The other last ditch effort, which we've talked about a number of times, if you want to run the outlaw path, would be pursuing that Religious Freedom Act. Yeah, you can be a part of a religious organization and only work on other members of your religious organization for healing. Yeah, so that means I think Paul has mentioned the pastoral medicine is an option. If you are a member of any religious organization, you can then work on other members of the same religious organization as a means of healing, right? But not people outside of that. So what would this mean to your practice? You could ordain under any of the number of different online ordination things. A number of people I know that have officiated weddings have gone through and just ordained themselves online in a matter of 15 minutes. That's easy to do, right? But then you would have to have your clients sign an agreement saying that they were part of that same organization and that you were working on them under that agreement, right? This doesn't fare well with our clients for the most part because it just looks like we're doing something shady. But if you have clients that want to continue and understand that you're facing legislation changes, this might be an immediate viable option if all else fails, right? How long that option will exist, I don't know, because the more of us that take advantage of that, the more they're going to look to have that written out. So then the next step would be actually taking legal action against the legislation, which is something we really can't do until we've pursued all these other ventures and seen that they weren't successful, right? I'm hoping that there's going to be success on one of these other ventures. But if not, then our next step would be to hire a lawyer, which we've already found, and have him go to court against the legislation, claiming unfair regulation and involve some media escalation in order to get more recognition throughout the state and more support. There is a court case that I have been referred to by a friend in which some people that were braiding hair were required to go and get a cosmetology license, which seems silly because they're not dealing with dyes or scissors or any of those dangerous things. It's similar to many of us, right? So that would be an easy precedent, and they won their case, right? They were allowed to continue to practice and not have to go and get their cosmetology license because it was an unfair regulation on their profession. So we could pursue that route, but that is after everything else has been pursued. So this is where we stand. From here on out, the easiest way for me to keep all of you updated is not through doing video and emails and text messages. I know I've been reaching out to all of you in all number of formats, and you may have heard from me in 4 or 5 different platforms, but here's how it's going to go. I'm going to continue to update my status reports here on this YouTube channel. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the little thing with the little bell next to it, it will send you a notification every time I release an update. If that's not what you want to do, maybe just bookmark this YouTube page and come back to it and check for updates every week or two. This is where I will be adding them. I will also take a link to this and I will add it to that Facebook group. If you could help share that to other people, that would be great. But this is the official place to keep coming for updates. I will share everything I have to share right here. So stay tuned. Don't be scared. We're all going to be just fine. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.